people don't just sign up for a meeting or an appointment because you had availability on your calendar or because you did a snappy video. They sign up for a meeting or convert for a phone call or something along those lines because what you said was relevant to the problem that they're facing in the current market. The one thing that I'm really seeing a big issue with is relevance within the real estate industry. And I'm going to give you two actionable examples and steps that we took in our business to really increase our conversion rates to get more closings down the road. So, as you guys have probably heard, back in 2018, we fired all of our lead generation companies and started doing everything in-house when it came to our real estate lead generation. Now, by about 2019, we were generating a good amount of leads. The problem was our conversion rate was in the tank. So then the next step was how do we actually convert these leads into closings, which are ultimately what gets you paid? Because just generating a bunch of leads into your pipeline isn't going to do you any good. So the first thing we looked at was how do we increase our relevancy within our campaigns from a landing page or lead magnet or wherever you're directing people to that actually lead captures, how do you increase the relevancy there? So one thing I'm seeing a lot in the industry, especially as I'm auditing people who are doing Google pay-per-click or other pay-per-click style ads, is they're really lacking the relevancy between their ads, their landing pages, or their videos that they're making and where they're sending people to. So here's an example. I'm seeing a lot of people on Google pay-per-click that will run an ad for, let's say, homes for sale in Seattle. The problem becomes they send somebody to a landing page that will be homes for sale in a different market. What you see with that is your sign up rate is going to drop exponentially because you've told somebody you're going to provide them with one thing, and then you've pulled the old bait and switch and sent them to a landing page that's something totally different. The other place that I'm seeing this right now a lot within this industry is we have people that will just make like a general, like Calendly sign up page or a Zoom scheduler page that's very general. And so they'll talk, let's say you make a video on how to get the most out of your home sale, staging tips, cleaning tips, anything like that. But then what they'll do is they'll say, hey, if you want more information on this, go sign up at whatever the landing page is. And then they send somebody to a very generic landing page that just says, I'm a real estate agent, for example. When to increase that relevancy, if you're going to take a seller-centric video or a seller-centric ad, they should be going to a seller-centric landing page of some kind so that there's continuity between all those steps. So as soon as you send a client to a landing page, it should reinforce whatever the video or ad or whatever you did to get them there. It should reinforce that. So this is the first one where I think relevancy in lead generation is very important. Giving people what they want and what they asked for or what they clicked for on that landing page, lead magnet, or whatever you're providing of value to them. That's the other part to this. Whatever that is, it needs to provide some kind of value, which is also giving you more relevancy to that as well. So that's the first one. Anytime you're doing anything through a client sign up process or anything like that, relevancy between the ad campaign and the landing page that you're sending people to. The second actionable step that we used in our business that really helped this was relevancy within our nurture campaigns. Kind of along the same lines as step number one, but if you sign up somebody and they are on a seller ad or some type of seller funnel, and then you get them on the phone or you meet with them in person, talk about seller type stuff first. The longer that you can delay asking all those other questions, the more trust you're going to earn with that client. And this is where I see this go wrong the most in real estate is you'll get a buyer come through a buyer funnel, you'll get them on the phone or something like this. The problem that they're trying to solve is that they want to buy a house. But then where we go wrong is a lot of people start trying to sell their services and sell themselves. Now, this is where I think there's a very fine line. You have to do a much different job where if you get someone there, you need to sell your services, but in a manner that proves that you can solve the problem that they came to you for. So people don't just sign up for a meeting or an appointment because you had availability on your calendar or because you did a snappy video. They sign up for a meeting or convert for a phone call or something along those lines because what you said was relevant to the problem that they're facing in the current market. So the second that you take that next step with a meeting or a phone call and you deviate from that relevancy, you're immediately going to have a much more difficult time building trust and maintaining trust with that client to hopefully earn the opportunity to work with them down the road. So For us, what we did is we looked at all of our different lead generation activities that we were doing. And then we used those lead generation activities to dictate our nurture sequence for those clients once we did either get them on the phone or get them in a personal meeting. And this was huge because not only did it help our conversion rate, it helped us gain trust a lot faster, but it actually expedited the process of nurturing these clients to a point where we could actually have them take an action. And I made a video the other day of most real estate agents lose clients between the interest and action phase. And normally that's the longest phase. But what we found is if you're relevant to the problem that they originally signed up for, so if you have a buyer, the more relevant you can be in that nurture process with them as a buyer, the higher the likelihood is that you're going to work with those people long term.